the panel feel that, in fact, it's debating a issue that's not a debate? That basically, are you voicing that we're really talking about people, and whether the people are in the stock market, whether in the art market, whether in the garbage market, it really doesn't matter. The question of what is ethical behavior as an individual in whatever market you're in would seem to be the, can I say, the basic premise that going here is all manufactured. And I don't hear enough people talking about the fact that they're really on one side or the other, and that you're really struggling with the same issue of it's a personal matter. And you can have good ethics, bad ethics, any place. It's really a personal question. It's not a question of regulation. I'm sorry, I'm going on.
No, actually, I think that's a really excellent question. I'll cut you off because we get your point. But Adam, that sounds like it's made for you.
With you. We are for this proposition. We want to win the debate. They are against. So we're not all together here. We're for the proposition. They're against. So if you agree with us, you want to vote over here. That being said, it was very interesting that Richard was saying something against the auctions. Chuck was chiming in, and so I feel obliged to say something for the auction houses, just to balance it out here. Remember, if something sells at auction, somebody bought it. That is a fact. Doesn't matter if they chandeliered it, doesn't matter if they advertised it, I don't care if they shined it with shoe polish. Somebody bought it, and we can actually see that. That is not possible in the private market. So, for better or for worse, this market wouldn't exist without the auction houses, and we need them as collectors, I think as dealers, and I think artists often don't understand that, you know, the auction market, the auction house actually makes this a market and is ultimately to everyone's benefit.
Question from the far back.
As a lawyer who defends other lawyers who get into ethical trouble, and actually, yes, it's not an oxymoron, attorney ethics. The question is, we have rules. You can't lie, you can't steal. There are actually defined rules. Why can't everybody on this panel just agree that, in fact, you do need a set of rules that define what you can and can't do within your own industry?
Can I ask you then, I will answer your question in the form of a question. But I don't know if that's bad. I have a painting here I say is worth $1,000. How are we going to put a rule on that?
Professor Charles Wolfram said it's puffery. There is a subjective view. However, the moment I ask you the question, do you have a valuation in your bag for less than that amount? If you do and you say you don't, that is a false statement, and therefore it is sanctionable.
I could never go to trial because I kind of lost you. All I know, all I know is that I just sold one of these for $1,000 this morning, and this is by the same woman, and it's $1,000. And there's no rule on that. There is no rule. You could sell it for $1,200, which is fine with me, or you could sell it for $800 if you decided to discount it now that the economy is a little. It's fine. There should not be rules in this, not the rules you're looking for.
But shouldn't there be black and white rules regarding what you can
This
and
is
can't
not
do?
an age of certainty, my
Black and white
friends.
rules are take care of the art.
We're
Be a good
in an
custodian.
age of uncertainty
That's all.
again, like the Renaissance.
Amy Cappllazzo.
We have very strict rules
Richard
on
Feigen.
authenticity. When I make an invoice out and it says this is by Pablo Picasso, it is, and if it's proven otherwise, then I am subject to penalties.
Of course.
If I say this is oil on canvas and it's something else, if I say it's this size and it's that size, we have rules.
Yes.
And if anybody has a problem, they go to the Art Dealers Association of America and complain, and Feigen gets blasted. I mean, I have very strict rules, and we have very strict codes of ethics. What I'm saying is that...
So you're ethical.
Well, yes,
Okay.
we're ethical.
That's what.
But I don't believe in lying.
Me neither.
And so I don't believe in saying that this guy over here bid when he didn't, or it was the chandelier bidding against some poor innocent guy that comes along and thinks he has a competitor. A man who pays $1 million for a painting because the underbidder said $950 and he figures his exposure is $50,000. That's his risk. He thinks there's a willing and able buyer at $950. What happens if the willing and able buyer was the chandelier?
That would be unethical.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the head-to-head section of our debate.